Hi and welcome to my TicTacToe programs created in Java NetBeans. So let me show you guys how it works. There we go. There. And we can reset and give that a try again. There we go, guys. So what I would do now is to take you guys straight into Java NetBeans and we put one of these together. So let's do that now. Okay, let's start a new program. Go to File, New Project, and make sure Java application is selected. Okay, so click on Next. Now let's give our project a name. I'm just going to call it TicTacToe. Alright, so make sure I've not checked the main, so I'm just going to click on Finish. Really, let's copy that, click on Finish. There, I have TicTacToe 1. Okay, right click on it, select New, JFrame form, this very one, and let me give my project a name, TicTacToe. Let's enter an S there, and the package. That's it. That's the name of my package. Click on Finish. Alright, once the form build up, come into the code right here and let's change this to 1200 by, let's go for 600, and general, let's get it centered. Alright, so that's fine. Now let's come to the properties here. You see where it says title, change the title to TicTacToe. There. So if I compile for the first time and run it, click on OK, that is what you see. Now let's close that. Close this as well. So what I want to do now is let's add a panel on board. Or before that, right click on this frame itself. Let's change the layer so that we get it. Yeah, border layer. Yeah, that's fine. We have a border layer there. Then grab a panel, drag and drop it on board. There. Right click on the panel itself. Select set layer. I'm also going to change that to border layer. This very one. Right there. Okay, the other thing is maybe we should change the color. Let's change the color of that very panel. Alright, let's change it to maybe something a little bit darker. Yeah, and come right here, change the border. I'm going to make it bevel and let's lower instead of raising it, make it lower. And now we also add border line or line border. Click on OK. You see that now. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is let's grab a label, drag a label, drop it there. That's my label right there, and I'm gonna get it centered. Get the label centered, and let's change that to about 100. That's the size, make it bold there, and change the text content of that label to TicTac. There, that's fine. So if I run it, compile, run, that is it. That's what happened. You see, the form has shrunk. Okay, that's no problem. Before we continue, let's go into the source code here. So right underneath here, let's take care of that error. So in there, I'm going to enter as follows. Right here, set size to 1200 by 600, and there. Then the other thing I should take care of now is to set the location relative to once you get it centered. Okay, I think the spelling is wrong somewhere. Yeah, right here. Okay, that is taken care of as well. So if I run it again, what you will see is the form would be the size allocated. There we go, and it's centered. So close that. That is done. Let's go back to the form and finish up with our design. Now back to the form. The next thing I want to do is to add another panel, but let me remind you, we have a panel already, so we're going to add another one, okay, right underneath here. So let's drag this panel and drop it right underneath here. You see that? Okay, you see this very panel. We're now going to right click and select set layout. The layout that I want will be grid layout, this very one. So click on that. The grid layout is set. Now we have the properties of the grid layout. If you can't find the property, you can always right click and select property here. Okay, now the columns, I want that to be 5. Horizontal spacing or horizontal gap, I'm going to make that 2. How many rows? The rows will be 3. And vertical gap, let's make that 2 as well. So I have 5 columns, 3 rows, so which means 5 multiplied by 3, that should give you 15. So that's fine. So to make those layers visible, I'm going to add labels. This very label, add that there. I have 1 label there, make that 2. I need 15 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So if I run it, let me run it so that you see the arrangement of those labels. There we go. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 15. Okay. So now close that. Now each of those labels that I have on board, I will now replace them with a panel. Okay. If you're wondering why, because I need those panel to create the separation that I want. So grab the first panel, drop it here, and delete the very first label. Grab another panel, drop it there, delete the next one. Okay, you're beginning to see this demarcation. Another one, delete, and another one, delete, undo that, delete. Okay, delete that. You must get that shape. Be careful not to add a panel inside a panel. We don't want that error. Okay, so one more here. Delete that. So what we're doing is just replacing the labels with panels. I think I may have completed it, so let's see. Compile and run. Okay, they are all there, but we need to now change. Let me change the border for each of those. Let's select it all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So right click and set layer. I'm going to change that to border layer. Okay, Alright, they are all there now, but just because the color is very similar. So now maybe let's do one thing. Select all of these panels and just maybe change the color so that you guys can see it. I'm going to change it to white. There we go. So it's a little bit visible. Let's run it. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now next time you can change the color of this one. Yeah, now that's the very first one. The second one, you can always change that if you want. Make it a little bit darker. If we go for black, let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, look at that. See? So the panels are now visible, very visible. Alright, close that. The next thing we want to do now is, since we've set the border for each of these, we've actually set it to border layer. So let's grab a button on board. Without a border layer, the button will not fill up the system. Look at it. Okay, it's filled it up. So I need 9 of those. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Make sure you are arranging in this order. But I do need 2 more buttons here. So one here and another one here. Then labels. One label here, one here, one here, and one here. Now I'm going to delete the text content in here. So right click and get rid of that. Repeat the same thing for all. Okay, let's speed that up. Now all is done. So I'm going to now select it all, these 9 buttons, and change the font size. Come to font there. Let's change that to 96. Make that bold. And these labels as well. Let's change the font. Select it all. Come in here. Let's change that to 36 or maybe 48. No, I don't want italic. I want it bold. Right. Now these 2 here, let's repeat the same thing for them. Bold 48, and let's give them all a name. Select this very one and change that to player A. Same thing, this very one, change that to player X as well, player O, and the names, change this name to LBL, the variable name, LJLBL, player X, and the second one, change the variable name to jLBL, layer O. There. And let's get both of them centered. Horizontal spacing, make that centered right there. And this one, let's change that to exit. Change the variable name. Change that to jBTN exit. This one here, change that to reset, and the variable name, let's change that to jBTN reset. There. So that's done. Now let's take care of the easy one first. You see this? Double click on that. Repeat the same thing. No, I need the exit. That's the exit right there. First thing first, let's collapse all of these codes here so that it doesn't. Alright, Now here, the first thing is I'm going to declare, let's say private. That'll be JFrame. Let's create a frame there. So we now need to get, let me get the swing frame there. Double click on that. Yeah, that's fine. And right in here, get rid of that. Enter as follows. So that will become frame equals new JFrame, and I'm just going to call it exit. Oh, there. Now let's use an if statement. If JOptionPane dot show, let's go for confirm dialog, delete that and delete that as well. Come right here, enter a comma, and what I want to enter will be confirm if you want to exit. Right, this comma, and just give the name TicTacToe. Okay, let's enter a comma, press enter, and continue with JFrame, jPlane, or not jPlane, JOptionPane dot yes no dot yes no option. Okay, I'm just going to copy all of that again, copy it, and right here I'm going to say it has to be equals yes no option there, and right here close that. Then let's enter a curly braces there, system.exit right there, system.exit there. Let's enter a value. Okay, there. So that is the lines of code for the exit, but you must declare this method right here, else it's not going to work. Okay, let's compile and run it. Try out the exit. All right, let's try exit. Yeah, it's working as we want. All right, that's fine. Okay, the next thing is, let's go right up here, okay, and declare the following method right underneath here. Okay, I'm going to go for private. Let's say private string start game equals, this time around is going to be X. Okay, now let me also declare two more private that will count the result. Private int x count equals, let's make that 0, and the next one is going to be private oCount. Those are numbers, take that off. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we have our counter in place and the game starter there. All right, then the next thing we want to do is, let's right underneath here, let's create another method there. This time around, this method will be for the labels, to enter the scores on the labels, and their names are as follows. Okay, jLabel player. Okay, so maybe copy it, even copy that. All right, back in the code right here underneath there. So let's get that sorted. Let's go for private as well. another method, private void, let's say choose a player. No, it's going to be gameScore. Enter my curly braces there. So jBTL player x dot, will be set text, and the text I would like to set, let's convert it to string dot value of counter. That'll be say count. Yeah, there we go. There. So I'm going to copy that, copy, and repeat the same thing for player O, and that'll be O count there. So those goes into the labels. Alright, now one more method. Let's take care of this very method. That will make life easy for me. This one will be private void. So let's give it a name. Let's say choose a player. Let's say underscore a player. Choose a player, and right here, let's take it up so that you can see it right there. So let's say if start game dot equals, let's say ignore case dot equals that, and that's x. Then let's go for start game equals O, else start game will be equals to x, else start game equals x. I've just copied and pasted that, being lazy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now that that is done, let's try it out on the buttons. So let me just copy all of this. I'm just being lazy. Copy all of those. Copy. Now come to button 1 right here, double click on button 1, try that again. There we go. We have button 1 up here, right here. Delete that and just paste that in there. Get rid of this. I need this. Cut that off. I want it underneath here somewhere. Paste there. That's for button 1, but I also want to change as follows. Let's change it. Let's first of all button dot set text, and the text we want is start game. Alright, so in here start game will be x. In that case, button 1, let it change the font dot set font f. Okay, foreground color red. Okay, maybe we'll go for red. Let's change it to green. Let's look for green dot green. Here we go. Alright, now the second one, else, copy, paste, and let's change that to dot. What color shall we go for? Blue. Okay, blue, green and blue, that's fine. Okay, so that's the very first line for the button. I think this one is completed. Okay, have a good look at it. Now let's compile and give that a try, and if it works, we'll repeat the same thing for the rest. There we go, guys, look at that. Alright, that's fine. So all I'm going to do now is copy and paste it for button 2. Okay, select button 2 and just paste it in there for button 2, then change it to run. Paste and change that to 2. Done. Repeat the same thing for button 3. Now button 3, just right here, just paste and change this to 3. So for button 4, come in here, paste that in there, and I'm going to just speed it all up now. Now it's all done for all of the buttons, so it's just the same lines of code for all of the buttons. Okay, so all we need to now do is put together a couple of lines of code to check, just to determine how the winning goes. So we have 1, 2, 3. So if all of this is X, then we have a winner. Or if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. So let's create another method right up here. Let's come up here, right underneath here. I'm going to create another method here. So let's go for private. No. Private. What are we going to call that method? So private void. Let's say winning game. Alright, bring it up so you can see it. Winning game. So before we can do anything, let's group all of this. Let's say B1, that's for the button 1, equals jButton1 dot. Let's get the content inside there. So that's for the very first button. So let's copy all of this. I'm going to copy that and just, that's 1, 2, 3. First 2, 3. The first, that will give me the first combination anyway. So just copy out, and so this is 4, 5, 6. Okay, now that we've assigned string variable to all of this, let's use these variables. Let's come in here and use an if statement. If the combination is 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's say B1 equals X and B2 equals X okay, and B3 equals X. Okay, we now want as follows. Let's display a message. JOptionPane.showMessageDialog there. And what I want you to say is, let's say base, this player is the winner. So player X wins. Then we can also enter a title here as well. TicTacToe. Right. Player X win TicTacToe. Let's give it an information dialog. And the icon, that'll be dot information. There we go. Alright, so that's fine. Now we want to call our counter there. This time around, xCount, which is right up there, if you guys can still recall, plus plus there. So it will increment that by 1. What about the score? We want to show the score. Let's get that method. There we go. That's the method there. All of this information, we want it in there. Come in here, paste that in there as well. Yeah. Let's do one more thing. Maybe change the colors around the back color. So let's copy that and just set the back color. Come right down here. Paste that. Dot. Set back color. Yeah. Background color. We don't want that. Let's change that to maybe yellow. There we go. Yellow. Okay, repeat the same thing for the other two. This is 1 and 3. There. And save. Let's compile. Wait a minute, we need to call that first. Winning. We need winning inside. Let's call it. We need it right inside the button, so let's double click on button 1 here and bring it down here. Call the method. Yeah. Then we will have to call all of the methods anyway. That is for the very first combination though. So let's speed that up. Okay, now that the first one is taken care of and I've entered all of this method on each button, the method on each button, the winning, there we go. So let's go back to the winning itself here. So that is for the very first combination. So if I copy this, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for the second combination. So the second combination now will be 4, 5, 6. Paste that in there. Yeah, that's 4, 5, and 6. Okay, do we want the same color? We might not want the same color. Let's change that color to something else. Yeah, settle for that. Dot. And dot. Yeah. Now, by the way, let's try it out because I haven't really tried it out. Let's run it first and see if those colors will change. Run. Okay. No, we want X to win because we're still dealing with the X. Yeah. There. Okay. The resets. Yeah, we don't want the reset to change it all back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, maybe just deal with the reset now. No, let's finish this first. Speed this up. So copy this, and the next one will be, if that is 4, the next one is 7, 8. Okay, even this one is wrong. That should be 4, 5, and 6. Then right underneath it, that is 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I will now speed that up. Now that you get the whole idea, just copy and paste in there. Okay, we finished the combinations for winning. So all we then need to do is just to try it out. Let's come down here so that you guys can see it. It's all the same lines of code. So the winning combination. So we have 3, 6, 9 there, and right below it we have 159. Okay, all right, so let's run it now. Compile and run. So let's try. There we have a winner there and there. See that? Okay, reset doesn't work, so let's come in here and take care of the reset. Come right in here, double click on reset, and there that'll be jButton1.setText equals no, and we'll repeat the same thing for jButton2. There, let's copy and speed that up. That's it. So that's the reset for all of the buttons. But the problem is, what about the back colors? We need to change the back color back. But first thing, let's try that out to make sure the reset works. There we go. There, but the colors are not changing. Alright, let's come back in here and change the back color. So right underneath here, let's say jButton1.setBackColor. So let's go for dot light gray. There we go. Yeah. So we'll now copy and just speed that up. Come in here. There. Alright, so all of the colors are in place now for just to reset it. Yeah. So let's give that a try again. This is the reset. Okay. Give that a try. Compile, run. There we have a winner. Click, that's 0. So reset, there we go. Now let's try another. We have another winner. That's good. Reset. Another winner. Okay guys, so with that I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoyed. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.